Thank you very much, and good morning to you, Honorable Minister and Honorable Ministers from the state. So, is my screen visible to all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so I'll commence. So, as Sir has already mentioned, that this is the Sagarkar Samriddhi Yojana, which actually means the scheme for prosperity of the coastal communities. This has been why is it been envisaged? Because along the 7,500 kilometers of coastline, 9 states are the coastal states that we have, covering around 77 districts and almost 18% of India's population. The objective of this exercise is to enable a holistic development of the coastal districts and, as Sir has mentioned, a mile-to-mile development of the coastal communities. There are 3 key objectives, which is the economic development, the social development of these communities, and the combination of economic and social leading to long-term sustainable development of the coastal communities. So how this can be achieved? So what these objectives can be attained through development of a lot of infrastructure, industries, tourism, and community along the coast. So these are the 4 categories of development that have been identified, and under each of these, the various opportunities or the projects or the initiatives which are proposed or being undertaken, right from ports to petrochemical complexes to fishing harbors to ro-ro jetties and port hospitals, all the works have been mapped and are being brought forward. So what have we done so far? So what we've done is along the coast, 77 coastal districts that are there, 800 projects have been identified, costing about 3.65 lakh crores. Of this, Andhra Pradesh forms a significant part, with 65 initiatives costing at around 38,700 crores. So as we had mentioned, the key objectives are social and economic development in a sustainable manner. So what are the specific benefits that can come to the coastal communities are employment generation, improvement in per capita income, improvement in livelihood opportunities locally available, community development, skills enhancement, as well as better access to facilities such as education, health, etc. So just to quickly run you through how this exercise is being mapped, as we had said, there are coastal infrastructure development projects, so which are the one of the categories, subcategories is the ports that are coming up. So we mapped all the ports that are existing, the new ports that are coming up, which are under construction, and also which are proposed. So as you can see, Andhra forms a significant part of this exercise and a significant contributor, which will lead to additional capacity generation for cargo handling as well as education. Similarly, while there are these mega ports that are being planned, there are a lot of smaller ports for coastal movement also, which are proposed. And this is just an illustration of what are the coastal berths which are there and how the movement is actually happening on the east coast, from east to west coast, how the coal movement is happening, and how this can actually lead to a benefit in terms of the logistics saving and the cost saving that will come out of the shift from the land side. Another aspect is tourism. So we have mapped all the tourism marinas, cruise terminals, how these can be developed and giving the direct benefit to the coastal communities. Again, lighthouses, which are ancient heritage properties, how these can be further leveraged for tourism. Coming down specifically to the state of Andhra Pradesh, 9 districts and 38,700 crores worth of investment. How these projects are distributed, this is an overall map showing the distribution of the projects along the coast in various districts. On the right hand side, we see the table, we see significant investment coming in new ports, augmentation of the existing ports with new jetties coming up, port-led industrialization projects. Not only that, but a lot of local community projects such as fishing harbors, coastal tourism, ro-ro jetties, passenger jetties, which directly impact and benefit from the local communities.
నమస్తే మా బాగున్నారు కదమ్మా ఆరోగ్యం
Prakashan.
Yes. Right, sir. So, sir, these are the three districts that are combined. Again, in the three districts, we see a lot of development in Prakasam, significant amount of projects that are coming up, which is fishing harbors at Nizampatnam, Vadavero, Kottapatnam, and a new mega port of more than 3,000 crores proposed at Ramayapatnam. Also along the coastline in the neighboring facilities, we have fishing harbors at Machilipatnam also, which is there, and a coastal road in Machilipatnam. So these are the projects. In addition to the fishing and the port projects, north of Prakasam, there are mega parks, there are port-led industrialization projects, and a few lighthouse projects at Ramayapatnam. Lighthouse project at Ramayapatnam is also one of prestigious projects that is proposed. And obviously north of me, there is a Berg Park with Pawani Island, tourism projects. So these are the projects that are proposed in specifically in Prakasam and the neighboring districts.
At the outset, I congratulate, Honorable Shipping Minister, sir, Mr. Mansukh Mandaviya Saab, sir. So it is a great opportunity for all the MPs to have, this kind of video conference. Sir, this is my fourth term, sir, in the parliament. I never had, this kind of, meetings anytime. Whenever we used to come to meet the minister, only one-to-one will be there. Generally, the officers also may not be there for our request. At least, actually, and my family, has started the political career there in that Ongole parliamentary constituency for the past 30 years, sir. See, eighth term, now 8 terms, so we are contested also. And for me, this is the 4th term. Earlier, my brother and brother and sister-in-law also were there. So this area is very much, attached to us and known to us for a long time. So especially, sir, now when we are talking about, the development, Madam has actually given a presentation about the development of Prakasam district. Sir, this district particularly has got about, actually 99 kilometers of, long coastal area, in which, before the delimitation and everything, I was having earlier about 84 kilometers. Now it has been reduced to actually 44 kilometers, sir, my parliamentary constituency. There in that, now, very near to that, the Ramayapatnam port, it has been much talked by our madam also. It is a new kind of project. Our Honorable Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu has thought of it and everything. Earlier, previous government also laid the foundation, but no progress. Now it has been, initiated by a Honorable Chief Minister in a big way, sir. But one thing, I would like to know from you, at the time of, actually separating the states, sir, in 2014, Reorganization Act has specified Dugaraju Patnam also should be made as a central government project, but that has been, slowed down for various reasons. And this Ramayapatnam is a state port now, sir. And I request you, Honorable Minister also, through, your good self, you can explain to our Honorable Prime Minister about the necessity of, making Ramayapatnam as a central port, sir. We need a major port in this area. The side, that southern side will be Krishnapatnam port will be there, and northern side, we have to go to Kakinada. Even though in between this Machilipatnam, everything, all these areas will have to be combined, sir. Sir, as always, I have been telling everybody that this Andhra Pradesh is a gateway to India, sir. Lot of ports, can be developed also. But, actually, our Honorable Chief Minister is also contemplating. But we need the support of, center, sir. With state government funds, it's not at all possible to start, this thousands of crores project generally. So central government, should come forward and take over this Ramayapatnam, sir. Declare it as a national project, so that lot of berths can be created, sir. There in that area, and industrial also, because earlier a lot of paper mills people also have come, and sponge iron or iron people also have come. They wanted to have private jetties also there in that area, sir. Not only that, sir, tourism also can be developed in that area, particularly, sir. That's why my request that, Ramayapatnam also you should take over, sir, so that state will not have any burden. State is contemplating to go for Machilipatnam, Bhavanapadu, and other areas also, sir, wherever it is possible. Odarevu is the main thing, sir, It has been started actually about 10 years back, and it has been shelved also. It is very much in my parliamentary constituency also, that is in Ongole, sir. So that area is available. This has got, because everything, all the goods movement, will come from Telangana area, Rayalaseema area, and the famous, actually granite, black galaxy granite is available in my parliamentary constituency, and now it is being transported to Krishnapatnam or Kakinada, sir. No. So all these things can be also the tobacco, sir, famous. Ongole tobacco is very much famous also. This tobacco is grown in my parliamentary constituency, and it is also be taken also in other places, sir. Very much, Ramayapatnam port is also required, and later, Odarevu port also if you can able to develop. But treat this Ramayapatnam port as your own port, sir, so that the work can be, done fast, everything can be taken up also, sir. As you know, Madam has given a presentation in Andhra Pradesh about total investments of about 37,500 crores. Is very appreciable, sir, because now in these areas, you need fishing harbors also, sir, In Kottapatnam is my place, sir, fishing harbor with the investment of 325 crores you are proposing is very highly appreciable, sir, There in Kottapatnam area itself, a lot of tourism also can be developed attached to this, sir. This fishing harbor in old Britishers period, sir, Britishers period, this Kottapatnam used to be hub for all these activities, sir. And the main thing, sir, I may be deviating also, sir. This modernization of Buckingham Canal is my pet subject, sir, for the past 20 years, sir. Actually, we have moved in the 15th Lok Sabha also, this bill, and it has been given to the National Waterways Authority, sir. This is also pending for a long time, sir. Actually, after India government has taken over, our honorable now Vice President Venkaiah Naidu Garu has taken an initiative to move that also, sir. But now it has been slowed down. When it comes, it is also very much important in my area also. Not only that, sir, it starts from Kakinada to Chennai, goes up to Pondicherry also. You know that pretty well that water transport is the cheapest transport available in anywhere also. Comparatively the road, rail and everything. This water transport is very much required, sir. And you have got a beautiful place, sir, that Buckingham Canal, which can be developed. Otherwise, a lot of encroachments are there, sir. That actually it's a property of central government. You'll have to take the position, and the tourism can be developed. That also keep in mind, sir. I'm sorry for deviating that also, sir, because this also very much keen on the subject for the modernization of Buckingham Canal, sir. Sir, otherwise, in Ongole parliamentary constituency, my parliamentary constituency, this fishing harbors, sir, aqua based, sir, that area itself also. We need also a lot of protection for the farmers and the aquaculture, actually developing agencies to have the base there. But it has to be transport, as you already told, madam, the coal transport is the cheapest transport available also, sir. Sir, in Nellore area, particularly if you see that also, the coal is being brought from Talcheru, everything, Visakhapatnam and other areas generally. So this transport, if it comes, lot of savings, will be there, sir. Sir, keep in mind about the modernization of Buckingham Canal, which is very much also interested. And not only this, sir, Vizag, Chennai, that coastal road, it has been sanctioned earlier also, sir, by NDA government itself. They have taken a serious view also about it. That road, coastal road, if it comes, then it will be very easy also, sir, for these jetties to go and everything, and the ports to be developed also, sir. With all these things developed, sir, as you have mentioned that, in the entire country, almost 77 districts, you have selected about it. And to tell you happily also, in Andhra Pradesh, 8 districts, you have already taken it to the fold for developing it also. And with an outlay of almost 77,000 crores is very appreciable, sir. And this new project of also, sir, that Sagarat Samruddhi plan is very highly appreciable. And if madam can spare this, share this also, this information to us by sending emails, so that we can also give it in writing to you what are the areas to be developed in my parliamentary constituency, especially in my Prakasam district also, since I am attached there in the district for the past 30 years. So that district also we need to be developed, sir, with all your help, sir. Sir, sorry, I might have taken much of your time, sir. No, thankful to you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable MP जी. आपने जो 3 बात कही, उसमें एक इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग थी कि जब आंध्र प्रदेश और तेलंगाना का रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन डॉक्यूमेंट बना, उसमें एक पोर्ट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को बनाना था मेजर।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
उसके लिए मैंने काम शुरू किया है। आपके ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्टर मुझे आके, पोर्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्टर आके मिले थे, मेकापति राजू जी आए थे, मुझे मिले थे, और मैंने भी अप्रोच किया था। और मैं अगले दिनों में ये थोड़ा सा कोरोना का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाए तो मैं आके आपके सीएम के साथ मीटिंग करके, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ कंसल्टेशन करके, जो फिजिबिलिटी हमने तय की है कि यहाँ 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 फिजिबल है, तो जहां भी फिजिबिलिटी है मेजर पोर्ट के लिए, वहां भारत सरकार सुनिश्चित इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगी। ये हमारा कमिटमेंट है और हम उसको पूरा करेंगे।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir,
और,
regarding sir Buckingham Canal, sir, if you don't mind, but I may be
और
deviating.
बर्किंगहाम कैनाल के लिए भी हमने विस्तार से उसका सर्वे किया।
Sir, if you
उसमें
don't mind
दो
to
issue आ
know,
रहा।
sir, explain in English, sir, at least to know our people also.
Okay, we have detailed survey about Buckingham Canal, but issue is that two problems. One is encroachment and second is low level structure. Now 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, that's a low level structure, and second is encroachment. The state government, we want to discuss in detail of state government, and you want to develop this Buckingham Canal. So we decide that encroachment, the state government support to us to remove the encroachment, and structure we have built to second this structure. It's we have second time done to plan that what we can do in structure, we can rebuild to structure. And but I think and I hope that we want to start the Buckingham Channel. It's a British time. It's built by British time, and I have myself is very enthusiastic in develop on this channel. But two time I have give to instruction to my ministry that you give me detailed information and detailed survey report. Second time we want to start it, and my ministry is give to me detailed report. So some problem was there. So we want to discuss to state government, and we decide that what we can do it.
Please, sir. Thank you, sir.